The COVID-19 pandemic has forced us to change our routines, lifestyles and habits, and many will be desperate for life to go back to pre-coronavirus days. But until a vaccine becomes widely available, society will undergo a radical transformation. Here are some of the changes that could be introduced in the UK when lockdown is over.
Right now in Denmark, we are opening up the workplaces. There are so many different areas in a workplace where you need social distancing that we've never thought about before. And I mean, we're waking up to a new normal. So even if you're waiting on the coffee maker, if you're standing in line at the canteen, if you're sitting on the bench, you need to be aware of social distancing.
Britain could look at California's roadmap when it comes to businesses. They will need to adhere to physical distancing measures such as staggered seating and have deep sanitation and cleaning practices in place. Scientific advisors are reported to have told the government that working from home will be encouraged indefinitely. A team of experts at Cambridge University has made hundreds of suggestions. Ideas include shops introducing minimum spends to discourage short and frequent visits, and slots allocated based on the first letter of people's surnames. This project, started in Denmark, uses footprints designed by artists, families and others to remind people to keep their distance.
The devil is in the detail. There are basic human reactions that we need to take into consideration. So what we've integrated into the footprints is the color blue, because blue colors make us feel more calm and more aware of that there is a hygiene perspective here, which is really the message we want to get across with when it comes to Corona. We do not want panic. We do not want people to get afraid, but simply stay calm and be aware of hygiene and keeping a distance.
The government is said to be looking at a regionalised approach to reopening schools, with those outside towns and cities with high levels of the disease reopening first.
Right now in Denmark, we're experiencing a lot of anxiety of letting the children back into schools because they are having a really hard time keeping social distance. So figuring out, in the schoolyard, in the hallway, where do we need to be especially aware about social distancing?
Advisors are looking at dividing the population into different risk groups. It would allow young, healthy adults to return to work and play their part in jump-starting the economy, while the most vulnerable remain shielded. We could become subject to regular checkups, like the ones introduced by Singapore and other Asian countries in the aftermath of the SARS epidemic. Several apps have recently come online tracking symptoms throughout the country, which could give public health officials an idea about where hotspots are so they can be locked down early.